So we just filmed our first episode of the day and hopped in the truck, and truck didn't want to start, and this is right after I talked about how I wanted to trade her in last night. Yes, I called it a her. Throwing 2 codes, cleared the codes, tried to reset the battery. Mike told me to unplug the battery. Nothing is working. So we're getting an Uber and headed over to Charlestown for our next project. I got 2 of us. We actually just had our meeting, our first on-site meeting for a new project over here in the Navy Yard in Charlestown. This is actually the second project that we will be contracted for in this building. The first one we just wrapped up with, which was the 8th Street Reno, which was a full renovation. And this will be very similar, smaller in square footage, but overall scope is going to be about the same. We're going to do selective to maybe a full gut. And then basically a little bit of framing reworking, similar to what we did over at our original 8th Street Reno, and obviously finishes throughout. New flooring throughout, new paint throughout, new molding, trim, doors, tile, fixtures, kitchen built-ins, office built-ins, and we have now been contracted to do the work, the renovation, and we are now working on, or actually the interior design firm that we're working with, which is 11 Interiors, they are working on some basically design documents or design sketches for our the initial round of built-ins, so we can do some pricing on that. Had Andrew Nardone from Nardone Demolition on site, as well as Courtney from 11 Interiors. We walked the site. The biggest thing is to understanding the demo. So I wanted Andrew to get on site as soon as possible, especially because once we get this project through approvals, we're likely going to start pretty much immediately. So it was important to get Andrew on site to understand, existing conditions like flooring. One of the biggest things is we expected it to be wood floor throughout. That's great that it's not. It's all carpet, with the exception of the bathrooms, which is tile. But another big thing, and a big difference from our original project here, is that all the flooring was directly applied to the concrete deck. That might sound good, might sound bad to you, but in our previous renovation, we actually had 3/4 inch plywood that was glued and screwed to the concrete deck prior to any of the other flooring. So we ran into a lot of transition issues. We also ran into demolition issues, and then when we installed wood flooring in that project, we had to build up with plywood first. Here, it's different, better. It's a better setup in the sense that we can rip up all the carpet that's there, scrape the concrete, and we'll actually install a Regipole soundproofing mat, and then the hardwood, and we'll do a full glue spread application. We walk through what the potential scope is, but our biggest thing is, getting our head wrapped around demolition, getting a schedule figured out, which we now know that we're looking to start at the beginning of October. I'm estimating about 6 months. I'm going to wrap my head around that. And from here, I've already spoken to the building, and I have a great relationship with them. So I have all my paperwork ready to be filed, and we'll get going on this project. I'm excited to share it with you guys.